everybody, welcome back to another episode of Down on the Boardwalk with me, Jeff, your host from Quality Seafood. Down on the Boardwalk to talk about some of our neighbors down here and the craft beer scene. And the Boardwalk is quickly becoming the next great spot to pick up some craft beers, taste some craft beers, and enjoy some local brews. Here at Quality Seafood, we do keep a couple of local breweries on tap at all times. We have the Hop Saint, which is local right here in Redondo. We've got 3 Weavers from Inglewood, and we've got some great craft beers. We're known for having a great smaller draft selection, but a great selection. We carry some classic Mexican lagers, some great local beers, anything you need to kind of bide the time, get some quality time, sit out in the sun, enjoy yourself with the right beer. However, we've got some new neighbors that we want to introduce you to, and they've really got the craft beer thing going, and the whole scene down on the Boardwalk is really becoming a great spot for people to dabble in the local craft beers. Right on the water, great views, great atmosphere, perfect. You're not in a warehouse out in the middle of town. You're right here on the water in Redondo getting some of the best beer we have locally. Let's go check it out. Hey everybody, I'm standing in front of King Harbor Brewing Company. They were the first craft brewery down here on the Boardwalk, and appropriately named, as we are, in the King Harbor here in Redondo Beach, and we are down on the Boardwalk. The King Harbor Brewing Company has been serving craft beers down here for several years. Put this on your to-do list along with Quality Seafood and the other 2 spots we're gonna hit next. Come down for some great local brew right on the water. Great view, beautiful weather. Of course, they're not open right now. It's a little early. 10 a.m. is a little early for the craft beer crew to get up and get going and get to work, and that's all right. We're fishmongers. We get up early every day, so that's how that goes. But come on down, check them out. We've got several breweries for you to check out and beer spots for you to check out. Let's go hit the next one. All right, next stop on the Boardwalk, if you know, you know. It's Naja's Place. They've been around since the year one. Actually, no wait, check that, 1979. They've been around since 1979. If you know, this is one of the original South Bay spots for the craft beer lover. Back in the 90s, when you couldn't find good beer or craft beer anywhere, this was the spot you came to. They've got over 80 craft beers on tap for you. You guys, if you don't know that, now you know. If you're a local, you already knew that. But upstairs now, they've got outdoor seating, plenty of outdoor seating now, so you can hang out down here with the crowds or go upstairs, kick back, check out the view of all the boats coming in and out of the harbor. Naja's, legend, South Bay, craft beer lovers know it. They host a lot of gatherings for LA Beer Week as well. They don't brew their own beer here, but they support a lot of the beer collectives from all up and down the West Coast and abroad. So come check out Naja's Place. We're gonna head to our next spot. Here we go. Finally, a brewery that's open when a fishmonger needs a brewery to be open down here on the Boardwalk. We are at Project Barley. They are the newest brewery down here. Project Barley's been open for a few years now in the South Bay, and they've decided to make their home, their second home, away from the main brewery, right here on the Boardwalk. And we're gonna talk to Joe, one of the owners of Project Barley, and get a little insight on what's happening down here. Let's go inside. Hey, we are down here on the Boardwalk. I'm sitting here with Joe Smith, one of the owners of Project Barley, right here on the Redondo Beach Boardwalk. Joe, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Cheers.
Cheers, my man.
You make a tasty beer.
Thank you.
This is the Pacificana Hazy IPA?
Yep.
And what do you have?
I have the Fruit Tart Berry Sour.
Oh, nice. Awesome. So you guys have been in business over in Lomita for a few years?
Yep.
Excellent. I've been to your brewery a couple times. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
How did you guys decide to get down to the Boardwalk?
Well, so during the pandemic up at the brewery, we were severely affected by that. And during that time, I had met Brent, the actual founder of Project Barley, and we decided to put a pizza place in. We created a relationship off of that, and we decided we wanted to take it to further locations. It just so happened that this property came up, and I think we were the first ones to see it, made an offer that day, and excited to be down here.
Nice. We're happy to have you down here. Yeah, pizza and beer, that's a great combo. I could see how that's going to work. And you guys are actually going to have a more expansive menu than that down here, right?
Yeah, so we'll be doing like an elevated bar food type menu with some creative hot dogs and burgers and fries and things of that nature. More of a walking food for the people down here on the boardwalk that they can grab and go when there's not seats available, right, and so forth. Yeah, so that's what we're planning on doing.
Great. Yeah. So I have a question. Did the fact that there was another brewery down here and of course Naja's down the way, there was sort of like the opportunity to really fill in a craft beer scene down here. Did that help with your decision to move down here?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, in the industry, the craft brewery people are pretty tight, and you know, creating the vibe of getting people to come down for craft brews on top of the quality food that's down here and so forth, it was just a perfect fit.
Yeah, sure seems like it.
Yeah.
I know when I'm an enthusiast for sure. I love my beers, and when I can find a place to go that's got maybe at least 3 options to choose from, for me that works. Then I know I can dabble a little bit from each place, spend my money at each place, sort of share it, spread it around, and make sure everybody's able to continue making local beer in those places. And I think that's huge. The fact that we now have local beer not only being served on the boardwalk, but by breweries that are committed to being down here is fantastic. So cheers to that.
Yeah, and that was, thank you, man.
Got it.
That was, you know, one of the big things for us is to really support the industry, and locally more so than anything. All of us have been hit really hard with the pandemic, especially those breweries that don't serve food.
Right.
That becomes a challenge for them. So we're dedicated to serving our brews, our craft brews from Lomita, and then we carry a handful of guest taps, and all those taps are typically, or not typically, are always a local South Bay brewery or somewhere in the very close vicinity of LA.
Awesome.
So when you come into Project Barley, you're going to get nothing but craft beers from local breweries, and that collaboration is helping the whole industry. So
right, yeah, and even for us, you know, we're a place that has traditionally served the masses, and we serve them a lot of beer that you might find a lot of places. You know, we've got our Mexican lagers and our domestic beers, but we always reserve some handles for local breweries. I think that's important, no matter what is happening out there for what people's tastes are. I think that there's a local brewery that we can certainly put in there to give them exposure and kind of keep that thing going. And down here on the boardwalk, I always like to say, you know, a rising tide lifts all boats. Of course, we get to see that actually happen, literally happen every day.
Yes, we do.
But that's kind of the thing with craft breweries. When they work together, they really do, they're able to rise up together and really create something special for the community.
Yeah, well, we're excited and happy that you have open arms for people like us that are coming down, and hopefully we can start driving some traffic, more traffic down here.
Absolutely. So see, there you go, folks. The boardwalk. Come on down. This is a great time of year to come down. You basically can come down, walk around, see beautiful sunsets, ocean life. You know, you get to really see it without the crowds and the hustle bustle, but there's something to do weekdays, weekends. Come around and support local businesses, local breweries, local clothing shops, local music, you name it. This is the spot. So come check us out. And I guess I would say, if ever 2 guys either on the run or in the witness protection program were going to start a brewery together, they'd be Jeff Jones and Joe Smith.
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
So,
yeah.
if anyone's looking for it, we're not those guys. You know, we're just 2 guys down here. You know, we're not hiding out, I swear, from anything. We're just Joe Smith and Jeff Jones down here on the boardwalk. Cheers.
Cheers, my man.